about tribes, religion, I say, Satan, go away. You are useless. You have no value to add. So therefore, in order for you to go from biology, youth, which is hiding reality, because some youth are confused, some. When Jesus was killed, he was a youth. Do you remember Jesus? Jesus, he was 33 years old. And he was killed by other youth. The Pharisees. So, don't hide behind youth. What is your ideological position? Are you for, we are not talking about just youth. Yes, youth is one side, but what is your ideology? So it is youth, it is biology and ideology together. That's how you get a forward movement. So here in Uganda, because we have been involved, the other day I saw them. Did you see that they were burying in Congo? They were burying the tooth of Patrice Lumumba, the tooth. Lumumba was a good leader in Congo, and he had been elected properly. But the traitors working with the imperialists killed him and dissolved his body in acid. Can you imagine? Prime Minister, the one who won a democratic election, he was killed and his body was dissolved in acid. But there was apparently a Belgian policeman who was nearby, and apparently Lumumba had a golden tooth. Somebody had put gold in his mouth. So this policeman kept the golden tooth and kept it, took it away. And then when he was dying, the Belgian policeman, when he was dying, he left the tooth with his daughter. Then later on, some people heard about it and they got it from her. This is the one they were burying the other day. When Lumumba was killed, I was already active politically, 1961. So all these years, we pointed out to the youth of Uganda that you people, if you want to deal with the two missions, the mission of prosperity and the mission of strategic security, you must have a minimum of the following ways of belief. Number one, patriotism. You must be patriotic. Patriotism comes from the Latin word padre or something like that, father. You must love your fatherland, whether Uganda or whichever country you are in. You must love it. Must be patriotic. You should not accept sectarianism in your country. Or many of these problems you hear in Somalia, clans are fighting in all these areas, Boko Haram in Nigeria, that they are fighting for God or something like that. That bankruptcy must be resisted and crushed. You talk sectarianism, we go against you. Because you are our enemy, you are enemy of our prosperity. We want Uganda to be united so that we can work on our prosperity within Uganda and in each of the countries where you come from. So if somebody comes talking about tribes, about religion, that's your enemy. Therefore, the answer there is patriotism. I discovered there's what they call, do we have some young people who speak French here? Do you have some of you who speak French? Are there some French speaking? Are there some? Stand up and I see. Français. Oh, comment allez-vous? Ça va bien? Sit down. Now, I tried to learn French more than 60 years ago. But I didn't go far. But I kept some words. Fermez la porte, ouvrez la porte. But one which I kept reminding is beaucoup dormir. Beaucoup dormir. That means you are sleeping a lot. Now, the good thing is that in Africa there is a lot of sleeping. Beaucoup dormir. And beaucoup dormir is also good in a way. Because when you are asleep, you don't know what will kill you. A snake can come in the house where you are and it will bite you peacefully and you die without knowing. That's also good in a way. But when you wake up, you start finding more facts. These Ugandans here, under some of their confused leaders, were beaucoup dormir. They were asleep. Tribes, religion. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, but as you talk about your tribes and your religions, can you produce some wealth for yourself? That's what our movement did. We started mobilizing them, and they started producing. They started producing. Now, and of course, because of the peace, production has gone up a bit. So, they were producing, maize. Now they are producing 5 million tons. Within Uganda, they are consuming only 1 million tons. So there's a surplus of 4 million. Oh, there's a surplus. Market. Hey. Then we said, but we told you that you should be Pan-Africanist. There's a need for maize in other parts of Africa. That's what we are telling you. Some of the people were telling you, tribes, religion, for us we are telling you, patriotism within Uganda, Pan-Africanism in Africa. That's what we are telling you. So now you are stuck with the maize. Who buys it now? Oh, to what chariao? That's how they speak, the Ugandans. They're in no hurry. To what chariao? Then the cattle keepers woke up. They were buying imported milk from Denmark, powdered milk. Then they would put in water and call it Uganda Dairy Corporation. So we organized them, they started producing milk. They are now producing 2.8 billion liters. But Uganda is consuming only 800 million liters. There's a surplus of 2 billion. So when we sell the milk, I said, you tell me. Because you are talking about tribes. Let the tribes buy this milk. Let the religions buy it. No, you look for the milk. Oh, so you want me to be Pan-Africanist? Yes, we think Pan-Africanism is good. And so on. You can go on with the sugar. When these Ugandans have woken up and started producing something instead of dollar meal, they have now discovered that they need Africa. They need East Africa. So that's why, in addition to biology, you need ideology. And ideology, number one, our experience is that number one, patriotism. Love each of your countries. Don't allow opportunists to disturb, to divide your countries along sectarian lines. Secondly, love Africa, Pan-Africanism. Thirdly, you must change. You must become modern. Your families must become modern. You cannot go on with the pre-capitalist mode of life. You must build a middle class and a skilled working class. That's why we talk of socio-economic transformation. That's the third principle in our movement. Society must change. And finally, democracy. Democracy is very crucial. These military regimes like the ones I hear in West Africa are of no value because they are not accountable to anybody. So at least let the civilians be there and fail and they are voted out. It is much better than having these ones who are accountable to nobody. So therefore, two things for the youth, because you are the ones who invited me. Number one, the mission. Prosperity and strategic security. Number two, the ideology. Patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. Then you can talk about the other issues, the tactical issues you are talking about, how to do this, how to stand up, how to sit down. Those can be possible if you have got a secure framework where you can do what you are doing. The countries which are coming up, like India is coming up. It's a huge market. If I was in India now, I would be a billionaire. Because I would produce a product and it is consumed by 1.4 billion people. China is coming up. China has overtaken all these little countries, England, all those, they have overtaken them. They are only now second to the United States. Why? Because of the market, the size of the market.